Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only master propaganda hero of Psych Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Lorraine, which is just added with the patch. In the west, it is BuzzL and Debakle TV fighting here for the Deutsches off here called the German Army, sitting fourth here with the 16th Panzer Division. The obviously very Italian city of Lorraine.
Engineers on the field.
There's needs that is Qhunter and SmallNhii here with the British-American Task Force. British 6th Armored Division working with the US 3rd Infantry Division. You got their double sappers, Australian Scouts and Engineers versus lots of Panzer Pioneers, Bestiary, and more Panzer Pioneers. As always, big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these wonderful videos possible. And a big thanks to keep commenting and liking on them as well. Helps out immensely with YouTube algorithms. And finally, a thanks to Felix for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. So, off to the races we are here.
We have riflemen taking the field.
US
Riflemen heading out here. Norfolk sappers are pushing through here up the hill, as German forces on the other end are effectively doing the same. South side, a bit less effort here from Debakle. He's putting seemingly a bit more attention perhaps towards the centre, we'll have to see. Scouts advancing back rifle, half straight there for Debakle, who's going for Italian infantry. BuzzL with Italian combined arms. And that just leaves SmallNhii here to make a pick of a battle group, as Qhunter's also picked there, obviously with Australian defence. So some heavy Italian support here in the exceptionally Italian city of Lorraine. Panzer rushing in the scouts, they're sort of getting put out in the open. Obviously the Italians didn't fight outside of, Italy and North Africa. For example, in Normandy there were actually some, I believe, Italian units here, and including some Italian frog divers.
Riflemen ready.
Combat divers, we're going to call that, like, fighting out there. That's a fun side note. Yeah, still. This here was the Australians.
They captured a victory point.
North here, sappers push back there.
Infantry
Up
support
north here,
upgrades
some
are
lighter house-to-house fighting, but nothing
Push us
significant.
off the
South
sector.
side, stand up here between Debakle and SmallNhii. Nothing too significant as of yet to sparring. Looks like we've got the new DAK skins up there for Debakle. Just notice that. Nothing up to that, I suppose. Fighting continues here, back and forth, assault grenades with Debakle. I mean, it's only a good map for that particular part of the map he's fighting on. Continue seeing him out there, going for the few pin with the other squad, trying to tie up here. Mr. Qhunter bit here, draw him out, split him up. South side fighting continues, Panzer Pioneer withdrawn here. Assault grenades right around the corner here for
Territory point
Debakle.
is no longer under our control.
And doing halfway down there, go flamethrower teams pretty much make this a difficult task to achieve for Debakle until the assault grenades arrive. And there you go, the Sturmgrenadiere are here with the MP40s. Maschinenpistole and 40.
Crates
There's
of
a lot of
grenades are on
grenades.
their way to us.
Grenades there for
Infantry
SmallNhii.
support center, docked
Panzer Pioneer
and
pushing
ready.
back the Australians.
And captain
185,
is assigned to you.
193, so far obviously nothing major there. It's only a bit concerning if there was. More Australians out here for Qhunters are up to a total of 3 sections. Got the assault grenades there in the half track, ready to get the jump there on the allied player if possible.
We can distribute grenades to the frontline men.
Swinging in hard here in the south. North here, Panther to the south, with the Saffron to the other way. Panther squad lead here is about to get wiped out. BuzzL, yeah. Fortunately, seemingly not paying attention there. Could
Orders
cost
have
him.
been carried out.
No. Ah, they got the wipe back like there for Buzz, but at the same time, I think an avoidable one had he just paid a bit more attention. The assault group is waiting for something here. Looks like he's paying for a bigger assault, doesn't want to just rush on their own, which honestly does make sense. Up north, sappers were dispatched. Probably got Australians all arriving here, so I don't think BuzzL will truly be able to match here up north. It's got a third squad of Bestiary up. Panzer Pioneer being sniped at. He needs to retreat as well.
Entering the field.
Panzer's going to suffer a wipe on them as well, which is obviously not going to do too much good. Debakle here lining up for something. Got a German column here, well, mostly Italian column really. Moving northwards there. South side, SmallNhii for now taking a breather here. Got a pack out and this going for special operations.
A victory point is under attack.
Captain there managed to get us up to the centre house there, and finds himself very quickly isolated from everyone else. Alright, company, company! Where are you? God damn it, not again.
Victory point is falling.
There we
into
go,
enemy control.
captain wiped out. Unsurprisingly, in the end.
Put in A.
Got the challenge. Australians here versus the assault troop in here, back perhaps from the front of the unit here. Sam up with the MP40s. Getting a lot of damage in here. Definitely aiming for a white piece. Marksman shot off the one Australian section, push back. Sappers get away. Oh, that was some really good. I mean, we got a flank attack here by SmallNhii. No assistance so far. At least it looks like here for from BuzzL, leaving Debakle a bit out to dry here versus opponent. Great for the Allies. Not so much for the Axis forces. That leaves Debakle to take a bit of a heavy beating there from his opponents meanwhile. Look up from across the tournament, he does have the manpower lying about for it. But he can go for light tanks with 1-2 instead. Infantry on the way there though. For Barcelona cancel, we got the cross tour there for Debakle. Italian assault engineers with the M38, the rest of submachine gun, and axes of flamethrowers. That's exactly what we see in the Lancia Fiamma with the 40. But they did also have an assault version, which is basically a fancy word for just one-use flamethrower. Which is actually something the Germans towards the end of the war actually copied with the Einstoss family. Little fun fact there. There's assault flamethrower primarily used with the Qhunter and their airborne versions. Parachute Qhunter, I believe also the regular paratroopers. So outside here though, catching the Weasley, transferring back there, not a bad play there by SmallNhii, the obviously vulnerable to a punching rubber here out of BuzzL here. Also got light Italian tanks here for Debakle. Could be using the burst, then goes for the other side of light Italian armor there. We got us some Aventers, so who knows? And what is this? He does call it in. 2 thumbs up. The Italian Stug. Thank you. In German service, these would be just known as, you know, Stug M's. I can't quite remember the designation, but basically call them Stugs. Fun bit there, but no light tanks these with Debakle.
Vector lost. Nope. Victory point now under enemy
He's finding manpower to the more Qhunter. Chance they're being absolutely apart out there with some of these strings. They're just finding them down. 2 counter guns at the ready. South side here. Assault is rushing in here. Getting that combined arms bonus. South side, they'll be also making more progress here as SmallNhii has been effectively forced to withdraw here from that for the time being. Fighting for the center. Debakle still floating a fair bit of manpower here. Got another Qhunter squad out here. Some Avenger bombards. But thanks to a later model of this particular version with a higher velocity gun. You see some Avenger. Exact designation here. Some Avenger 75-36. 36 basically just decimating. Little fun fact, he's also got the counter armature they unlocked. Got the grain going for the Qhunter, calls are powerless against it. Grain rolling around, the Qhunter in pursuit. Popping into the building, I feel like it's a bit risky here. I mean, saves and sent for the Greyhound, but on the other leaves them very vulnerable to the assault of engineers here. Punching to the ground here. We'll be finding in the very narrow streets here of Lorraine. Engineers white, Greyhound down. Several losses there for SmallNhii in the face of Deutschland.
Greyhound has been destroyed.
Author 2 pushing through here. Debakle could actually soon take up, then he's going to go for the light Italian tanks. Focusing hands of these while BuzzL, yeah. I imagine he's just going to go for those M1340s once he gets the resources. Germans definitely got a bit of a lead over the Allies by now. Quickly 34. And again, they are against the Allies, it doesn't matter quite as much. Went to hiding here, ready to have to bombard. Bessier getting blast up the engine nearby. PARs for SmallNhii, and looks like he's using some to wreck the building, or
at your command.
He isn't paying attention. Company command push for Qhunter, thumbs up. Well, so he can go for M1340s, of course. He may be trying to wait out for active steals to get the M1340s at a discount. Some players still do that, but they're definitely not quite as common as they are never mind. There we go. Do get the Infantry 40 out. Plus, we got a howitzer here for Debakle.
They have taken our victory point.
He's bringing in the bigger guns here. What's the joy there? Bit low on health. Probably wants to get healed up if anything. I think rushing into building that he's already been bombarding it. It's a quick move here tactically by Debakle TV to the low health unit. But your treat here, Debakle. Butsuk! I don't know, but it's Italian. Get the hell out of here. Anyways, they're both low on health, they're low on numbers. He's upgrading the anti-ambulance. Makes sense, and we got the house there nicely nestled there. Higher in there, the city of Lorraine, Ralph's got pushing southwards. Ambulance ready here. Looks like we need to do some neutralization tactics. North here, we've got some fun here between Qhunter and BuzzL slowly evolving as well there. But now the Allies are found themselves with the back against the walls somewhat.
Territory lost.
And we got the house being bombarded by the Allied artillery there. Using the pack out to try and take out the larger howitzers, and definitely a bold move there by SmallNhii. From 250 have to quickly position it. Also, probably want to be careful about bunching up your units around the ambulance in like such a small narrow spot there when your opponent has artillery. It's definitely a great way to suddenly like lose an entire unit too. Just a quick note there. For now, Axis forces I feel like could push a bit further, but in the case of BuzzL, he easily could, I think, grab some fuel points there and deny the Allies for the control of that. Get the center victory one, at least he's moving on that one. Debakle obviously facing a bit of resistance south. I still feel like could be in a bit more as well. He doesn't have like a sizable assault element to his force of the 2 plus toy squads. Never mind the howitzer. At this point, I think Debakle TV in particular should just take up. Like, he needs to push the tanks. As for BuzzL, he's not far off from being able to go for a dive. We do have the artillery out here for Qhunter. And right now the Axis do have that probabilities. Still in the case of Debakle, not a lot of great anti-tank. Buzz has some, but even like this mentioned in Infantry, we will struggle with artillery too.
We're losing a fuel point.
Definitely something worth keeping in mind there. You definitely want to, like, you know, bring in something with a bit better chance of actually damaging the Matilda 2 on a consistent basis. Center Allied forces fall upon it, and here we go, ambulance knocked out. Good Lord, Jenkins, I didn't know you were American. I'm not. It was the Americans' artillery that just hit it. I swear, it wasn't me. Oh, right. Americans did hate their ambulances.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
Got a grenade on the M1340. But not enough though to blow out the engine, it would appear, much I imagine to the crew's absolute relief. And we got another M1340 out here with pack of steels and get at a discount. Good guards for Qhunter. Weapon supports under SmallNhii. No tank depot for him, it would appear. But we do have the SSF commandos.
The sector's been overrun.
Debakle, of course, it could take up, but so far,
Commander.
it's very much actively refraining from doing so.
Taking it personally. Fire.
Rather than closing in, further up north here, Qhunter's advance is slowly spearheaded by the Matilda 2. Italian tanks are being brought up to try and deal with that, which
Initiating research.
was asking a bit much from them, I think, against the Matilda 2. Debakle repositioning himself, getting his howitzer closer to the enemy front line. North tanks heading southwards, even as the artillery keeps pushing forward, leaving Buzz's northern front a little bit exposed. There you go, descending Conning transported with the 2 tanks. Oh, the Australians were Italian. There you go, the Australians have very much been sent packing here with the 2 and 1340s. South side, Debakle here. Finally is also taking up his base from the cruise in the south. Looks like he's getting ready to push further close to the Allied base.
The munitions point is being attacked.
RC could theoretically go for another M1340, though again, with the Matilda. Road wants a big guns, but no, he commits to another M1340. He does not care. He has a dream of a lot of Italian tanks. South side here of Outpost Commandos heading out.
I'll take your mags. Just focus on firing.
Up north, the people finding that foot up in the force, getting hammered here by the Italian tanks and the Italian troops. Bars remains not exactly in great control here of the northern half of the map, quite the opposite. It's not terrible either, but so far not leading to too much. In the south here, Debakle finally get a bit more move on again. Looks like Troy getting ready to try and maybe support his teammate around the centre here. But there's definitely a bit of a sort of a sense of disjoint between the Axis players compared to the Allies. Number 2 for Qhunter. Armored reserves for Debakle. Guessing he's going to go straight for the tank. I mean, he is pretty close to it in terms of resources, though. Then also begs the question, maybe he can also just like crash out a lot more tanks sooner. Or just trying to look for a tiger tank. Just some thought. Doesn't of course necessarily make it bad, but you know, it is certainly worth considering options. Put guards down, the Italian tank platoon, their half platoon, completely decimated those poor bastards. In south here, SSF commandos incinerated here by the Guasatori, running up the entire area there.
The squad of SSF commandos has taken the field.
More SSF commandos out here for SmallNhii.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point. Defend our
fighting
victory
here and
point.
there.
We're losing it.
Guasatori keeps moving forward to lay down some mines. I think that could be a pretty good addition here for Debakle, if anything. He's very, very close to the Titan, so imagine that for Debakle right now, sort of like, you know, every neuron in his head is just working towards getting that target.
We have territory isolated.
North, column moves ahead here.
Sector's been overrun.
Catching the 2 pounder gun, he exposed. Qhunter clearly not expecting the opponent to take the northern route. Good Lord, Gavin! They're attacking from an angle we didn't anticipate. That is not a head-on. Bloody Germans. So we got them to lose the 2 and forces behind the run as well, but they're struggling here. Surprisingly, I mean, if they can flank it, great, but if they can't, they're pretty much stuffed. And some notice there's not exactly a lot of maneuver room here, so it becomes much easier for them until to basically guard their rears here against the Italian tanks. There you go, Route assisting as well, forcing further front there with Buzz. And Debakle again. I mean, he does have the artillery this time providing some support, but for the most part, he remains eminently focused on the south here. And there you go, Commando's going for the centre there up north, trying to get some men out. We've got 2 M1340s, or Matilda's moving in, but do get another M1340 bars, which, I mean, unless he's intending to upgrade them with the armor piercing rounds, so he does have the tungsten. I mean, even with that, though, it's still going to be a pretty tough challenge. We do have the TIE tank out here for Debakle. Let's see if we can make that work, though. He's just going to end up throwing it away here.
Under attack. We must act.
In 419. Axis remain control in terms of victory points, even casualty-wise. They are certainly giving the Allies a faithful beating here.
Supplies are cut off. We have holes in our front line.
And I imagine the addition of the Tiger tank will certainly cause us some grief. John, of course, could go here for the Archer tank destroyer. That's for SmallNhii. So Nicholas Cleese is going for Chaffee's actually right about now. Meaning more small tanks in the field here besides the M1340s.
P-47 strafing runs are now available, Commander.
So going to be interesting there.
Prioritize high-value targets.
So another issue with necessarily relying too much on the M1340s on a map like this. You're going to struggle, I think, to like fully leverage your light vehicles and just like try to go for them like in one place at the same time. That is also worth noting. Yeah, but there you go. Chaffee light tank out for SmallNhii. Once more, and broken here. You can engage some unlucky Australians. Or perhaps lucky considering they took no casualties. Panzer's dispatched there. And Axis forces coordinate something a bit more significant here. Well, they kind of gonna like just be basically both playing their own separate game without really considering, you know, what the other player might be doing and how they could maybe assist them.
Territory secure. Want us to set an ambush?
Finland 2 is 4 to 6. 4 and 3. Axis there, well, getting triple capped here by the Allies, being that pretty fast. Good work across the Qhunter SmallNhii, better from there for BuzzL and Debakle. That will, I think, be resolved here in the near future. I mean, they can probably survive at least some time without it, but long term, not for that long either. So it's something they do need to resolve, I think, with some smartness. Pushing forward the country now, 1434 to go for this straight, quickly pushing off his bloody devils as the tanks go in there, guns ablaze. Qhunter strength scores weak there with 9 tank weapons whatsoever. South side SmallNhii make good progress for Debakle. They're not putting up too much of a fight anymore. Coming in with a push here by SmallNhii. Deep withdrawing. Ready to try and block that flank attempt here out of SmallNhii.
Fuel point is being lost.
Just going for shots flying at it and just bouncing off there. Number 2 kind of going pivot here. Also bounces. Another bounce and whiz-bangs out here for SmallNhii called in. No buildable whiz-bangs for SmallNhii. Grants on the way for Qhunter. Thumbs up to that. And withdraw the 2 Matildas for some grants. Though considering how they are just simply striking off a lot of the damage so far, at least from the Debakle's tanks, I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually stuck with them because, I mean, just being able to like cause opponents like just not really do any damage to them in a sense with the tanks does have some merit. Down to Muslim 62. Got some lone Prossitoria here. Being focused down by SmallNhii's most intense efforts, targeting running down the stairs quite aggressively. Almost at the wipe there.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
One shot. Open to the Enter. Still running out. I mean, trying its best. Unfortunately, against 2 Matildas, its best is just not enough. There you go. Tank charging again here. Got a chap for supporting 4 M3040s.
Sector lost. No contact.
Damage happening here, but it's getting pretty messy here.
The victory point is under attack.
Champions diving in there. The smoke definitely tough for them to navigate.
Ready to expose enemy position.
1 M3040 down, but we're going to take out another one. The Chaffee will. Massive blow here to BuzzL. There you go, another tank gun, and never really like managed that sense to knock out any of the allied tanks. Unfortunately for him. Tight tank arriving though. He's flying some reprieve there for BuzzL, but this is mighty easy. Down. The Infantry 47.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
And there you go, just 130-40s here. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen like anyone commit that heavily to the Italian tanks like that.
They captured a victory point.
We're both a bit impressed and also a bit worried. 190 versus 347. Got those Italian bestiary rushing forwards.
Commander, we've lost the sector.
Tank remains a linchpin in Debakle's plans, clearly. As for BuzzL, I mean, his forces have just been, oh, holy moly, smashed apart there. Go bazooka unit there, or bazooka unit gone. Could have been an SSF commander squad that got completely sent to the shadow realm there.
Enemy activity near our munitions point. The sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
Tiger tank just enjoying things here.
Taking losses.
Heading for the up squad. wiped out.
We've lost control of the sector. We've lost a squad of riflemen at the front.
72 is 1547. Axis forcing holding on there,
Check the
but
line. Capture point under attack.
both the Italian tanks going back in the Australian squad to the second one going in. Powerless against the Italian tanks all the same. Tiger tank obviously
Sector
we're going into it.
We must take it back.
Got the Titan withdrawing a bit here. What could be next out of the Axis forces? What could they be planning next? No puns on any command here for Buzz
Enemy
Lightyear.
movement near a victory point.
Did have that, it's Debakle that has that. He still doesn't
A
have it.
victory point has fallen into enemy
172
control.
1847. Clock ever so slowly ticks down. American forces getting ready to pierce through the center up north. The large armor assembly here by the Germans, but that is quickly being split up again. And us further to the northeast. Two Matildas rolling through here with their massive holes and their tiny guns. 160-47. I've kind of forgotten about the houses, to be honest. Wouldn't be surprised if Buggles it for a brief while. Quickly though, Axis forces heading southwards. We've got another M3040 for Buzz Lightyear.
Reports of enemy movement.
Comes the
near a
SS of
victory
Commanders
point.
comes in blazing here with their guns. Catching the Commanders. Pack out exposed. Whiz-bang as well here. Really good push here by the last lightning serve tank into the air where all the Allied guns are. Utilize the speed and ability to actually completely confound the Allies. Tank left up north is withdrawing. As regards here, Qhunter moving in. Parts of his armored column here, Grant and Arch moving in back to the two Matildas. Withdrawing here, having done some harm there to the Allied lines. Got a chaffee out there for SmallNhii, another one. And the center there. Glossatory on the move, getting caught here to the front and the Archer there. Never mind the Commanders. Archer obviously not a fit to the Glossatory, but might make it difficult then for the Debakle support. Careful. 4 M3040 of a Buzz Lightyear, you can go for a fifth one here. Command being called with double Glossatory. One of them actually two, we've got a lot of flamethrowers here.
Victory point. We're losing it.
And gone they are. Smashing blow there to the Allies.
By the enemy.
Further south, the Italian swarm engaging near SmallNhii's armor. Pretty chaffy there lit up. Got it.
Lost the Chaffee tank.
Commanders next here to feel the wrath of Il Duce's armored fist.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
258 between 26. Casualty wise, the Axis still maintain a lead.
Our motor pole is under attack.
Going for the basic and Commanders are in trouble. Good to your wipe here. One is the Rob squad.
No survivors.
Brutal stuff here out of Buzz Lightyear. Absolutely ruthless. In fact, he's gone for a fifth one, getting himself a full platoon of Italian tanks. Tiger tank just awaiting some light repairs. We got 258 to 16. SmallNhii definitely starting to take some more beatings there out of the Axis forces. Something may need to be done here. We got another chaffee there for SmallNhii. We got infantry, we got armor training here for Qhunter. Thumbs up. 150 to 6.
Riflemen have spotted us!
Commanders there, holding the line. Backed up a few rifles, not using the building there. Probably got some plus collapsing, I'd imagine. Not
300 points remaining for the Germans.
very quick to come letting the Germans bombard it. Got a machine gun nest here, or Panzer Nester.
CPs are waiting.
And we're spent trying to keep whiz, or the M3040s here, making them suddenly go whiz and bang as they connect them both rockets. Definitely a bit of a panic move there, Buzz Lightyear. Eyeing for the destruction of one of his tanks. He's also almost run out of infantry, definitely should get some more troops out, I'd argue. Bit of a nasty hit there. Ace Matilda there. Argon once more pulling back his target tank for much needed repairs. And as Qhunter is swiftly advancing. So 250 to 283. Has been repositioned once more for a new position. Another Chaffee for SmallNhii. A few Panzers are dispatched. Run off. Qhunter's base in particular remains fairly silent for the time being, and we got double Stoogs here for Debakle. 2 thumbs up, baby. Double the Stoog, double the glory. I just need to make sure he doesn't throw them away there. He's sensing engagement.
The Chaffee has arrived.
More Chaffies out. Try getting south. Looks like they must work together with the Italian tanks. Stoogs also joining in there. Got another Infantry 40 active for BuzzL. And they're going to south cross being engaged. See if we've got Chaffies nearby. Got this side not to intervene. Perhaps expecting more to come, or perhaps there's some other concerns. And there you go. One Chaffee still goes for it bravely. Others have been falling on Whispering supporting Titan coming in from there. Going back to cut them off a bit here. And there you go. Southern Pont being hammered. Bessie in trouble alongside the tanks remain. Titan charging in. Bosses maybe on the northern flank. Stoogs are also nearby. Chaffee down, able to withstand the might of the Tiger here. And Oberleutnant Fritz Weber comes charging in there. Mine goes off. They've exited the Tiger tank. Commandos falling back here in the face of the armored fists of Das Vaterland. 150 to 28. Excess maintained an infantry casualty, the vehicle casualty. They are not in control. That's fair. Guys. Bombing up north, they got the archer going for the Stoogs here. Fire tank hitting a mine, it seems. Wow, that is protected by bad luck. From the southern port to fix up some of those M3040s. Marder 3 for BuzzL. You have something that isn't the M1340. It's a miracle. A sign of the end times. Take the pick.
Opponent has fallen to 200 points.
Something about being bombarded. Marder almost done. Building up here once more. The armored threated Qhunter is on the hunt for German steel. Now the Chaffee almost down there for SmallNhii. There you go. Italian tank on the board. We've got Chaffies ready here alongside the super team. Could see one of the 3040s laid up there. Like a Christmas tree gone wrong.
Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
So wrong. So you get close to C2.
Is accounted for.
Those being fixed up.
Requisitioning demolition charges and anti-tank mines.
Demolition package there for SmallNhii. 158 was on the 85. More Marders here for BuzzL. Yeah.
Grass up, ready to make another run.
Sending the targeting in there a bit on a lone raid. Not a fee, they're almost down there for BuzzL and Deutschland. In the south, got the large bombs that are just waiting, supposed to be reported, perhaps in preparation for an assault, or perhaps something else being figured out there by SmallNhii, at least devised. Who knows? We could be scheming there. Thanks for just finally getting a move on there. Also running to the scene. Germans slow round our victory points. We'll want to do something soon here. You think? Well, they really have no time to give off anymore. The Hawks are joining in the fun here. Stoogs Tiger on the move there. Another Marder for BuzzL. Yeah. What on earth is this? Australia. high tank trouble. You've got the Qhunter, got the archer, doing a lot of damage to it here. Not great here for Debakle. Tiger tank down in a matter of moments. How's joining him? It's too late. The tank certainly not moving to assist. Trying to exploit what's happening here. Chaps moving in just in case. Blocking a potential flank path there. Got one of the Matildas finally down here. Have we got so much damage we can inflict here? German armor being blasted apart here. Massive tank battle here of tiny tanks and ruins. More armor down there, some Marder. Two tanks have got flames here. One about to go up the flames left. Got the Sherman ready here for SmallNhii. Heavy. Not it. And just 3 30-40s and a single Marder. We got to bring down further Chaos and Mising upon the axis position. Now it's exposed. Center slow probing here against whatever the box got left. We got 258 plus 138. I feel like that was very close for the Allies. They just absolutely run the Germans and crushed them there. Focused on Mr. BuzzL there. So good luck for them. The Allies decided to hold back. Qhunter by the way is flooding a fair bit of manpower there. Consider some more foot guards or something else maybe. Caches.
Deploying engineers now.
There we go, more foot guards for Qhunter, thumbs up. Axis forces are barely holding on, but for what purpose at this point? I think a very good question.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Foot guards almost down here for Qhunter. He's expecting to get the centre of bomb and grab. Thumbs up further north push here, but we've got an Australian section ready to disrupt German plans there. Here by Qhunter, thumbs up. We've got an inflicted to the ring down here, perhaps. Oh, white.
Victory point now under
On the
enemy
south, the
control.
Allied forces are hanging back. They're pushing slowly more Marders and gentle BuzzL here. Just churning them out. I mean, he does get them a discount courtesy of Backler Steel, but he's got more to do with them. It may not matter that much. Fortunate for him, but unfortunately, guns. We got 10 there, go. Archer scores a great hit here. Almost got two there. Dodging grenade for the Guastatore. Chaps here hammering away at BuzzL. His Italian tank commanders are busy elsewhere. Another Chaffee ready here for SmallNhii. So many small tanks. 52 plus 113.
Scouts are pushing us back. We're down to 250.
149. More Marders ready, once more bit of quiet. Definitely Max, it feels like, you know, really hit some speed bumps here. And some rather notable about that in terms of pacing.
They pushed
Got
us
so
on the
much
sector.
not happening here for like practically a minute at this point. Close to a minute. Something happens a bit more significantly soon. Another Marder, like he's got 4 Marders already with a 5th one away. I feel like here, to some extent, BuzzL might be wrecking a bit. I mean, you do get there's a lot of chaffies and other stuff out, but to me at least, 5 Marders seems a bit like an overreaction.
Players ready to expose enemy positions.
Big says there go. Got one of the archers. One to go. Oh, almost got Matilda here. He got definitely Debakle once more. Getting flanked with the Chaffee Swarm and the Shermans. Didn't carefully, obviously. They didn't anticipate that. They couldn't move them with SmallNhii. Got Mark target as well. It's increased damage done. 2 thumbs up. Very powerful to that one. Time to take much damage. Got one of the Chaffee. There's still the Sherman. Chaffee down. That was Sherman down there. Tiger down again. Chaffee down. That's a cataclysm here. Good gosh, just getting to fire at the actually parked marks that just can't do anything against them. There's a good chance we've got this one more and notably the classes run out almost the entire infantry game. And there's only one squad of tertiary left. This force clips I feel like is very much just, you know, heavily lopsided in one direction.
Rating flares going out.
Almost got another mod there. Sparkle pops out. One in the other player hasn't. I think it's game over. So there you go. GG game over. Brutal match, definitely. I think some issues of coordination there by the Axis players. But I think at times even when they had the advantage, they could have been more aggressive. They could also just lay down a lot of mines. I think they certainly, on a map like this, mining is a really good thing to do. For example, Debakle had a lot of Qhunter, but never seemingly did much with them in terms of mines. So I think there was some room for improvement there. But hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. This is some Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.